All right, my friends. So I was watching a video by these folks who are the New America Foundation, and they had Phyllis Zelensky, I think was her name, from she used to be in the Obama administration, talking about pension funds and all that. And it's just, these people are nuts, man. I'm sitting there thinking they're all anti. They don't like the way retirement is. There's, no one can retire. Because there's no pensions, essentially. And as I told you a million times on Sunday, there never was a time where there was nothing but pensions out there. But they had a lady on there who's writing about because of the rise of the defined contributions, the 401k plans, employers have basically been thieving with employees' money with their defined contribution plans. And look, I'm probably being a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Not verbose. Rhetorical, I guess. Is that right? But anyway, at the end of the day, that's essentially what she's saying. She goes, no one can tell me why on an actuarial basis, if you were to take a lump sum, there's not actuarial sound for the lump sum amount from in terms of the present value of an annuity. So she's basically saying if you take a lump sum as opposed to an annuity, you're getting screwed. That may or may not be the case. I don't know. I haven't read her research. I don't know. That might well be the case. And but the funny, I'm sitting there thinking, okay, so they're all complaining about the fact that there's no more pensions because everyone's gone the 401k route now. That's bad because everyone's going to make mistakes on how they manage their money, blah blah blah. So what's the alternative? The corporations, of course, are going to serve the corporations are there to benefit the corporations. So what's the alternative? Well, the alternative, of course, is pensions. You're like, well, who's in charge of the pensions? You see what I'm saying? It's corporations in charge of the pensions. So you don't like the corporations when it comes to a 401k, but you want the corporations in charge when it comes to a pension? That makes no sense to me. I'm sitting there thinking, if the corporations are treating their employees poorly on the 401k contributions and the net present value of a annuity actuarial basis, but the answer to the retirement crisis is more pensions, which are run by corporations. I don't understand the reasoning here, and it's odd to me. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, what is it, man? The day of the retirement plan previously was great when everyone had pensions, which we know is not true. It's bad now because no one has pensions, which we still know is not true, but so they have 401ks. The day when the retirement plan was great because the employee wasn't involved in day-to-day operation, but because the employee is involved, that's bad. But the employer who provides both sides, the employer was good when he provided a pension, but he's bad when he provides a defined contribution plan. It's just nuts. But from a freedom perspective, the problem with that whole argument, of course, is to get the pension, you had to be essentially a slave, an indentured servant into the corporation who provided the pension. You had to stay there for 30 years. If you didn't, you weren't getting the pension, maybe 20 years. Either way, you could not vest in your pension after 5 or 10 years. Maybe you got a little bit of it, but you certainly didn't get much of a benefit where you could take it with you. I mean, again, you could take a little bit, but not the defined contribution amount. So all these people are saying, oh, woe is us, we should have the pensions back. I'm like, do you not know what that says? That says explicitly you want people to be attached to their employer so that way for 20, 30 years. I don't understand that. Why would you want that, man? Why would you say the pension is beneficial and the 401k is not? The pension is beneficial when you have to stay in the employer for all that amount of time. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And so I like the 401k because it says, hey, I'm getting the hell out of Dodge. If I don't like it, I'm taking my money if I'm vested. A pension doesn't allow you to do that. A pension, yes, you could be vested over 5 or 10 years, but it won't be much because we know how defined benefit plans work. You pay a defined contribution, a defined benefit plan. They put less money, especially if it's cash-based or age-based, they put less money in for the younger people. All right, that's how they work. That's why the owners love them, because the owners of the company are always the older people. They get a whole lot more in there relative to what the younger people do. And because the younger people get less money in there, if you're young and you're not going to stay there for 20 or 30 years and wish to receive the full benefit of the pension, you're not making much money at all. So the only way to get the benefit is by staying there for that amount of time, which means you are an indentured servant without question. You're getting paid. I get it. But if you leave, you're leaving all that money on the table. And yeah, somehow that's better than the current situation. It's nuts, man. I don't get it. So I like the 401k better than the pension because the 401k, it gives you the chance to say, I'm out of here, I'm taking my money, I'm going to spend it as I see fit, as opposed to let my corporation decide. Especially a corporation run by who? Run by people who care about you? No. The only people who care about you is you. All right, we'll see you.